I haven't had a chance yet to even read it, but I'm very excited that, that they did give us a very nice coverage on the event yesterday. So we're sharing with you the link, and please go see that. I also wanted to share with you that on the website, we now have photos from yesterday. We'll be posting photos that are being taken every day. This is also in a Google album, so there's an opportunity for you to upload the photos that you may be taking and want to share with us. So please do have a look at this. We also have an area for the press. This is, there's a media release. This is where information you can also share back with your agency communication teams to further spread the word of what we're doing and discussing here. So have a look at these links. I believe the social media guide is also printed in your conference materials. Do we have any other guidance on the social media? Great. So please, again, share what we're discussing as you find relevant. So now I'll pass the mic to Juli to kick us off for the day.
Good morning, folks. I hope everybody's managed to get a decent night's sleep and sort of on Hong Kong time now, if you weren't already. And I am just going to give you a moment to re-anchor here. Okay, so we're not having a lecture today. Just remember, this is the goals for the day are related to the conversations we had yesterday. So we had amazing talks, a lot of them, but I want to thank every single one of you. I mean, everybody's here with a specific purpose, and everybody did an amazing job of communicating just exactly what we needed from you yesterday in a pretty short time. I mean, that was a lot of information, so I hope that you're all, your brains have synthesized it. Now you're ready to turn that into some action today. So this is the model that we are trying to do, and we're talking about shifting from to be a more user-driven kind of activity. So the first thing there is about the partnerships and the demand, getting information to decision makers, what observations, forecasts, data do we need to do it, how do we communicate it and sustain the engagement so that we actually affect preparedness and resilience. So just getting your brains back into what we're doing here. Today is really going into a much deeper dive, and I think you're all ready for that. So we're using the 5 thematic areas of GIN, the 5 pillars, the capacity and partnerships. Remember, we heard, and we have this afternoon a session that Glenn McGregor is running. Where's Glenn? I saw him a minute ago. But so that'll be, there you are, Glenn. That'll be really how are we going to build these new partnerships, and what kind of governance do we need to build this effort forward? Where's the innovation in that space? What are the real gaps, and what are we going to do? Understanding risk and vulnerabilities, that Shari session, and I believe it's going to be downstairs. Both of the breakouts are going to be downstairs. Hannah will be up here. Okay. Then the OBS forecast early warning and action. That's Hannah Nissan's session, and we heard from her yesterday. Very clear on different scales and some of the issues there. So you're going to do a deeper dive on what are the real needs and what are the opportunities in that group. That's going to be up here in this room. Then we've got the actions and effectiveness, that's Shu Bayou's, and that's downstairs, right? Is that downstairs? Yeah. So, and then we've got all day tomorrow on the communications, which is really exciting and very innovative. So just to remember kind of where we're coming from, your objectives, so these are sort of what we're trying to get out of the entire forum. What are the science gaps in knowledge? What are the operational gaps? What are the critical innovations that we've identified? What else is needed? What are the opportunities and proposed actions? So I have a list for you just going into the breakouts. This is sort of what we're trying to get out of the overall conference, what we're going to put in our synthesis reports, that sort of thing. The last one, recommendations for GIN, is really important. So this is where you start getting, what do I want to do from here? What, you know, that sort of thing. That's getting to the identified opportunities and actions and recommendations for GIN. So here, for your breakout sessions, what are the critical research and operational gaps and needs? It crosses, I mean, that tends to sound more Met service, but you have operational needs in the communications and in some of the other areas too. What projects or activities do you want to do together from here? What can we actually do? You're all in the room. You identify some gaps. You have capacities, you know pathways in your own institutions. What is it that you want to do, either individually, you know, when you go back home, there's a group that you want to foster, you want to do something on heat that wasn't happening before, or collectively, because we've got you in the room, you get some ideas there. We talked a little bit yesterday about some funding opportunities that are coming downstream. So are there projects that you want to begin to seed amongst yourself that you could apply for? Is it just really working together more collaboratively? What's the right scale? Are we talking some sort of a global kind of synthesis standards? Are we talking a real local activity that helps, you know, protect lives more directly? And then getting back to the GIN, what is the role of GIN? So you decide what you're going to do. What's GIN's role? How does this network help you in accomplishing the tasks above? That's going to help us at the end of the day tomorrow figure out what are the real priorities for this network moving forward. So we want you to think about what are the real gaps, what are you going to do about it, how can the network help? And then as it comes up, if there's anything else that you think you want to share back with us about the network as we're building it out and as you are becoming a part of it, you're actually part of it now, whether you like it or not. You're going to have to check the box to unsubscribe from this point forward, just so you know. So that's it. I just wanted to kind of give us a moment to get our brains back into what we're doing here and what we would like for you to do in the breakout sessions. Today is... we will let you self-sort up to a point. If we end up extremely lopsided, we might ask a few of you to move around. And remember, go to the place where you think either you really want to learn more and be a part of something that you're not, or the place where you really want to get something done and you've already got some ideas. So, you know, just because you're a meteorologist doesn't mean you need to go to the forecast one. We'd probably love to have you in the partnerships one, you know. So think about what's going to best help you do something differently when you leave here. Is it a networking opportunity because you need to find some health person to work with? You know, think about where is it that you really want to be, and don't go just to the place you think you're supposed to be. And I think with that, we're going to just, most of the days in breakouts, we come back together at, I forgot what time, 4:30, isn't it? We come back at 4:30? Yeah. No, we don't come back at all today. All right. And there are breaks, but that's planned in your breakout session. So once you leave here, your breakout lead is your lead for the day. And then we'll come back after lunch and do the second half of the breakout. So lunch is on your own, upstairs. Yeah, I mean, same place, but you know, we wanted the flexibility for the breakouts to sort of have their flow. Now, the only thing is that the morning breakouts can't run over too much because you do have to eat and get to the afternoon breakouts. That's the only one real constraint. Coffee breaks. Yeah, what time are the coffee breaks? I don't have my agenda up in front. They're usually 10, sorry. 11? It will be out. We can also come down and let you know, but the coffee will be where it usually is, and there are both morning and afternoon, at morning at 11. Lunch at 12:30. Yep, coffee break at 11, lunch at 12:30. Okay, any questions? All right then, so if you are, Hannah, you said you're going to be in this room? So Hannah's group's up here. Shari's going to go downstairs. Be free. Go have a good day. Be creative. We'll see you at lunch. What? What? Yep. And Shari's is on the risk and vulnerabilities, so